In our Seattle Reconnected series, we're bringing you the second installation of our Ask Dr. Nancy series. Dr. Nancy Connolly is Executive Director for Community Health and Wellbeing at the U.S. Chamber of Connection and has been a practicing care doctor for nearly 30 years. She'll join us each month to answer your questions about building healthy social connection and community. Steve is in the ARC Lounge with Dr. Nancy right now to talk about the importance of social connectedness to our health. Steve?
Yeah, and she's going to talk about some of the challenges, and we're going to answer some viewer questions as well. Nice to have you back.
Oh, thanks so much, Steve, for having me. Really
it's good to see you once again. So let's start with kind of a quick review of the difference between loneliness and social connectedness. So how do we sort of define that term, what social connectedness is? What does that look like?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And in the research, we've debated, how do we really define social connectedness? And to separate it out from loneliness, loneliness is a personal feeling. We all feel lonely at times. It's normal. But for people that are chronically lonely, that becomes a problem, and it's linked to a number of different health problems, including anxiety, depression, and heart disease and dementia. So we don't want loneliness in the long term. So we measure it with social connectedness, which is more of an objective measure. And do we have time to go through the 6 points of connection, which is how we really
quickly,
define?
Yes. I think, yeah.
So the first point is having a neighborhood emergency contact. Okay. The second, having an affinity group, a group of people that you share something in common with. The third is having one-on-one in-person interactions at least twice a week. The fourth is having a third place outside the work or home where you feel a sense of belonging. Okay. The fifth is having an activity group, be it a knitting group or a walking club. And finally, community service or giving back is the sixth point of connections. And these emerge through the research as a really good way to define for a person if they have social connectedness.
And really build that community around yourself, right?
Right.
Which can be tough sometimes. And I don't know, if you suffer from loneliness, how do you know if you have it?
Yeah, and looking at the 6 points, you can kind of define it. I mean, people will feel lonely. Yeah. And one of the things that's really important, it's not a reflection on the individual. This is a systemic problem. If you're feeling lonely, it's not your fault. It's a variety of things that have happened in society really since the 1800s. It's not one thing, it's many. And so we're more alone, and that's systemic. And that's what we're working to change at the Chamber of Connection. That's what I spend roughly my whole time doing, is fixing systems so it's easier to be connected. It's natural to be lonely, but if you're lonely all the time, do something about it, using the 6 points of connection, which is actionable.
What do you think is, for somebody that's in that position, that feels that loneliness and wants to build that connection around them? What's the best first step?
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at the people in your immediate surroundings, your neighbors, smiling at them, getting to know them a little bit. It's hard. It's stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying any of this is easy, but it's important. Hand a card to a neighbor. I've noticed you've been looking down a little bit, or let's get together for soup or coffee. Yeah. Something like that, reaching out to a neighbor or a friend, getting outside, remembering that in-person interactions are so important.
And I'm sure recognizing that it will take some time. I mean, this isn't going to be a quick, next week I'm out of loneliness and I have this whole, community behind me. It's going to take some time to build that.
100%. And again, give yourself grace. It's not easy. It takes energy to get out there. If you decide that you've been meaning to go to the gym, find a gym close to home. You'll find your neighbors there, and go once or twice a week and praise yourself for doing that, because it takes energy to do it.
Yeah, give yourself some praise too. Let's ask a couple of viewer questions for you this morning, okay? So Allison wrote in asking this. I'm a little worried about my neighbor. I've been living in my apartment for a few years, and we bump into each other in the elevator and in the mailroom, but we don't really know each other well. For the past month or so, she seems kind of down. What do I do, or what can I do that won't seem too nosy or creepy? I mean, it sort of feel like, we don't want to impede on somebody's life, but also there's some concerns there. So what should that person do?
Yeah, and I think that's important. I think it's timely in this fall time. People's routines change.
Yeah.
Maybe people sent people off to school, sent kids off to school, or the routines are changing, and so people aren't around the people they used to be, but making an effort to be around them. So for Allison, maybe, if she's been noticing her neighbor looking down, putting some flowers by her door, or even just handing her a card or inviting her out for a coffee can be a way to start. And she can decline. It doesn't feel nosy to me, but putting the invitation out there, it takes energy, but she'll regret it.
You're at least extending that olive branch,
That's
and if she
exactly.
wants to grab onto it, that's
Right.
okay. Tom writes, I'm new to Seattle. I'm kind of worried about getting shut in and isolated as the weather gets bad, as we talked about that transition to fall, and I hear it rains all the time here. What should that person do to sort of step out from that seasonal change?
Yeah, so in my office, and I've taken care of people in the office for almost 30 years,
Yeah.
I would often say, as we move into indoor time, plan what you're going to do for exercise. If you are walking and you're not willing to do that in the rain, find a mall or somewhere where you can walk inside, or buy a sturdy raincoat. We're the Pacific Northwest.
Or an umbrella, dare I say it?
Yeah, but make a plan for what you're going to do, how you're going to get out. Think about what businesses in your neighborhood, what coffee shops that you might, turn into your third place. Make a routine of going there at the same time every day, bumping into the same people, and developing some familiarity with that.
Perfect. Dr. Nancy, thank you so much. And Holly, we can all build that community together, right?
Absolutely. That's what we do, one person at a time.
That's right.
If you have questions for Dr. Nancy to answer next month, please send it to drnancy@chamberofconnection.org for when she is back in October. Just scan the QR code you see on your screen as well. That you'll